Good morning and Jai Hind, dear students. Welcome to live class of Geography. Dear students, the chapter which is going on is Manufacturing Industries. We have discussed many topics in this chapter. Classification of industries, how industries are classified on different bases. Today we will discuss more topics of the chapter. So it is my humble request to all my students, please open chapter number 7, Manufacturing Industries. So let's start chapter number 7, Manufacturing Industry, and please be attentive for next 30 minutes. So dear students, the chapter is Manufacturing Industries and we are going to discuss other topics of this chapter. So factors affecting the location of industries. Industries are located only at such places where raw materials are easily available and goods can be easily sold at lowest possible cost. Suppose you have to establish any industry. So you will search a location where raw materials are easily available. जहां पे आपको रॉ मटेरियल्स इजीली अवेलेबल हो जाए और जहां से आप गुड्स को इजीली सेल कर सकें एट लोएस्ट पॉसिबल कॉस्ट. And you know, such locations are selected after discussion, deliberation, and choice of locations. How locations are chosen by the people who are going to establish industries. So they are geographical, historical, economic, human, and political factors which influence a lot when someone is going to choose a location for industry. So it is very clear, industries are located where raw materials are easily available and goods can be easily sold at lowest possible cost. Such locations are selected after search, after deliberation. So geographical, historical, economic and political factors influence the choice of locations. After that, so some of these are, I'm talking about, if you have to locate industries, what you will see. Large areas of level land means where you want to establish your industries, set up your industries, land should be level and large. There should be regular and assured supply of raw materials. Understand? Because raw materials are the base of the industries. So there should be proper, regular and assured supply. Then, as you know, that power is very necessary for any industry. So cheap and adequate power supply is needed while you are going to set up an industry. After that, as you know that laborers are the requirement of any industry. And that should also be at reasonable wages. So adequate supply of skilled laborers at reasonable wages. After that, infrastructure is needed. How you will load and unload your goods which are already finished or raw materials. So an efficient network of transport at reasonable rates, that should also be available. Clear? So large areas of level land, regular and assured supply of raw materials, cheap and adequate power supply, adequate supply of skilled laborers at reasonable wages, and efficient network of transport at reasonable rates. Then the other factors are other Necessities are nearness to market for quick sale of manufactured goods. If market is near, then manufactured goods can be sold easily. अगर मार्केट पास में है तो जो भी चीज आपने मैन्युफैक्चर की है उसको जल्दी सेल कर पाएंगे. और इवन कुछ ऐसे इंडस्ट्रीज हैं लाइक पेपर, दे नीड लार्ज क्वांटिटीज ऑफ वाटर. कुछ ऐसे इंडस्ट्रीज है फॉर एग्जांपल पेपर जिसको बहुत वाटर की जरूरत होती है. सो दोज इंडस्ट्रीज आर यूजुअली लोकेटेड नियर रिवर्स, कैनाल्स और लेक. After that, availability of capital from banks and the government. You know, capital is needed to establish or set up an industry, and from where you will get it? So you will get it from banks or from the government. And at last, government policy. It also influences a lot when you are going to set up any industry. Which type of policies are there? How government can support the setup of industries. So these are the areas which are needed to set up any industry. Now, industrial system, dear students. So the functioning of an industry depends on a system that is known as industrial system. किसी भी इंडस्ट्री का जो फंक्शनिंग है, टोटल फंक्शन जो है वो एक सिस्टम पे डिपेंड करता है, एंड दैट सिस्टम इज नोन एज इंडस्ट्रियल सिस्टम. दिस सिस्टम कंसिस्ट्स ऑफ इनपुट्स, प्रोसेसेस एंड आउटपुट. अगर हम किसी भी इंडस्ट्रियल सिस्टम की बात करें तो उसमें इनपुट्स, प्रोसेसेस एंड आउटपुट कंसिस्टेड है. सो फर्स्ट वी विल डिस्कस इनपुट्स. So dear students, inputs में क्या है? Inputs include raw materials, source of power, labor, cost of land, machinery, transport and other infrastructure. मैं एक बार फिर से रिपीट कर रहा हूं. अगर मैं इनपुट की बात कर रहा हूं विच इज द पार्ट ऑफ इंडस्ट्रियल सिस्टम, सो इट इंक्लूड रॉ मटेरियल्स, सोर्स ऑफ पावर, लेबर, कॉस्ट ऑफ लैंड, मशीनरी, ट्रांसपोर्ट एंड अदर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. These all come under inputs. Now processes. So it include a variety of activities which convert raw materials into finished products with the application of suitable technology. वो सारे एक्टिविटीज जो रॉ मटेरियल को फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट्स में कन्वर्ट कर देते हैं, वो सारी एप्लीकेशन जो उसको कन्वर्ट करने में लगते हैं, सुटेबल टेक्नोलॉजी, वो सब आते हैं प्रोसेसेस में. मींस प्रोसेसेस में रॉ मटेरियल जो है वो फिनिश्ड गुड्स में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. एंड नाउ आउटपुट. सो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आउटपुट इज द फाइनल फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट. जो रॉ मटेरियल से जो आपने प्रोडक्ट बना दिया, फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट बना दिया, दैट इज द पार्ट ऑफ आउटपुट. सो इट इज द फाइनल फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट एंड द इनकम अर्न्ड आफ्टर इट्स सेल. और इसको सेल करके इनकम अर्न किया जाता है. तो इट इज क्लियर दैट इंडस्ट्रियल सिस्टम हैज थ्री पार्ट: input, processes and output. After that, now I am giving you one example जिससे आपको ये क्लियर हो जाएगा कि input, processes और output क्या है. In a cotton textile mill, inputs क्या क्या होंगे? Raw cotton, the cost of setting up the factory, wages paid to laborers and transportation costs. ये सब किस में आएगा? ये सब इनपुट्स में आएंगे. क्या क्या? फिर से सुनो. रॉ कॉटन, द कॉस्ट ऑफ सेटिंग अप द फैक्ट्री, wages paid to laborers and transportation costs. After this, the processes. So the main processes involved in manufacturing are ginning, स्पिनिंग, वीविंग, डाइंग एंड प्रिंटिंग। जब हम यार्न से क्लॉथ बनाते हैं तो ये सारे जो प्रोसेसेस हैं, सारे स्टेप्स हैं which we have to follow. So because we are talking about cotton mill, so ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing and printing, these all are included in the processes. Then what will be output? Output is the cloth or garment you wear. इसका आउटपुट वो क्लोथ या गारमेंट होगा जो हम पहनते हैं। तो नाउ इट इज क्लियर, इंडस्ट्रियल सिस्टम, इनपुट्स, प्रोसेसेस एंड आउटपुट्स। आफ्टर दैट, नाउ इंडस्ट्रियल रीजन्स। देखो, इंडस्ट्रीज आर unevenly distributed in the different continents as the factors affecting their location are not the same everywhere. अगर इंडस्ट्रीज के डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की बात करें पूरी दुनिया में या सभी कॉन्टिनेंट्स में, तो वो बहुत अनइवनली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड हैं, क्योंकि ऐसे बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स हैं जो कि इसके लोकेशन को अफेक्ट करते हैं, वो एक जैसे नहीं है। That's why it is unevenly distributed in different continents of the world. Industries tend to concentrate in a few pockets ड्यू टू सर्टेन फेवरेबल फैक्टर्स। ये जो इंडस्ट्रीज है ना दुनिया के, वो कंसंट्रेटेड है फ्यू पॉकेट्स में, क्योंकि वहां पर उनको फेवरेबल फैक्टर्स अवेलेबल हैं। तो एरियाज विच हैव हाई कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज आर कॉल्ड इंडस्ट्रियल रीजन्स। वो एरियाज जहां पर बहुत सारे इंडस्ट्रीज सेटअप हैं, हाई कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज, दोज एरियाज आर नोन एज industrial regions. Clear? After that, मैं कुछ मेजर इंडस्ट्रियल रीजन का नाम ले रहा हूं। The major industrial regions are located in the temperate regions close to coal fields or seaports. ये जो मेजर इंडस्ट्रियल रीजन्स हैं वो टेम्परेट रीजन्स में लोकेटेड हैं और वो कोल फील्ड्स या सी पोर्ट्स के आसपास हैं। They are the area around the Great Lakes in eastern North America, then the area around the North Sea in western and central Europe, after that Eastern Europe and around Moscow in Russia, then Eastern Asia including Japan, China and South Korea. I am repeating it one more time. Industrial regions of the world which are concentrated, where these are concentrated, so the area around the Great Lakes in eastern North America, the area around the North Sea in western and central Europe, Eastern Europe and around Moscow in Russia, Eastern Asia including Japan, China and South Korea. Now I am going to show you a map where you can see the industrial regions of the world. So please see it properly. Just see. Here it is manufacturing value. According to manufacturing value, regions are divided or regions are shown like $1,000 billion and above, they are shown in red and others in different colors. So just see it properly. You can see different areas, different regions of the world which can be termed as industrial region. Okay, now major industrial regions of India. Now we are going to talk about industrial regions of India. So India have developed in the hinterlands of the ports of Kolkata, Mumbai and Chennai. जो इंडिया के मेजर इंडस्ट्रियल रीजन्स हैं वो पोर्ट्स के हिंटरलैंड में सिचुएटेड हैं, डेवलप्ड हैं, वो कोलकाता, मुंबई और चेन्नई के पोर्ट्स के हिंटरलैंड में। And the British developed these cultures as the hinterlands provided raw materials, power and a market. क्यों इन एरियाज में इंडस्ट्रीज बनाए गए, क्यों हिंटरलैंड्स में इंडस्ट्रीज बनाए गए? बिकॉज हियर रॉ मटेरियल्स आर इजिली अवेलेबल, पावर इज इजिली अवेलेबल एंड इट इज नियर टू मार्केट. So this is the reason that in these areas industries, major industries are set up in India. तो अब हम बात करते हैं the major industrial regions in India. कहां हैं? The Hooghly industrial region, the Mumbai Pune industrial region, the Ahmedabad Vadodara industrial region, the Madurai Coimbatore Bangalore industrial region, the Chota Nagpur Plateau industrial region, the National Capital Territory industrial region. So we are these regions, industrial regions in India. मैं एक बार फिर से रिपीट कर रहा हूं, listen it carefully. The Hooghly industrial region, the Mumbai Pune industrial region, the Ahmedabad Vadodara industrial region, the Madurai Coimbatore Bangalore industrial region, the Chota Nagpur Plateau industrial region, the National Capital Territory industrial region. Now you can see these regions in map of India. I'm showing you the map. Look this. These are the areas which are colored. They are the major industrial region of India. You can identify these areas. Look, this area, this is the National Capital Territory. All these are the regions. Look here, everywhere it is given. Clear? So dear students, we have discussed many topics in this chapter, and mainly we are discussing different types of industries. Then today mainly we have discussed about what is industrial system, then which factors affect the location of industries. So I am just revising it very shortly. So industries are located only at such places where raw materials are available, easily available, and goods can be sold at lowest possible cost. Then what we needed to set up an industry? So it is large areas of level land, regular and assured supply of raw materials, cheap and adequate power supply, adequate supply of skilled laborers at reasonable wages, and efficient network of transport at reasonable rates. After that, nearness to market for quick sale of manufactured goods. Some industries like paper need large quantities of water. So those industries are usually located near rivers, canals or lakes. Availability of capital from banks and the government, and last, government policies. So these are the areas which influence the setup of any industry. Then we discussed about industrial system. What is industrial system? So the functioning of an industry depends on a system known as industrial system, and it consists of inputs, processes and output. After that, inputs, it includes raw materials, source of power, cost of land, machinery, transport and other infrastructure. While processes, include a variety of activities which convert raw materials into finished products with the application of suitable technology. And what is the output? The final finished product and income earned after its sale. That is output. After that, we discussed about industrial regions. So industries are unevenly distributed in different continents as the factors affecting their location are not the same everywhere. So, areas which have high concentration of industries are called industrial regions. Major industrial regions are the area around the Great Lakes in eastern North America, the area around the North Sea in western and central Europe, Eastern Europe and around Moscow in Russia, Eastern Asia including Japan, China and South Korea. Then we discussed about industrial regions in India, and they are the Hooghly industrial region, the Mumbai-Pune industrial region, the Ahmedabad-Vadodara industrial region, the Madurai-Coimbatore-Bengaluru industrial region, the Chota Nagpur-Plateau industrial region, and the National Capital Territory industrial region. These are the different industrial regions of the world. So now this chapter is completed. So it is my humble request to all my students, please read all the topics carefully and read it again and again. So you will understand the aspect of different topics. So dear students, we have already discussed this chapter. In next period, we will start or we will discuss a new chapter. Till then, keep reading the books. So that's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.